Hi, I'm Guy, the funny guy. So, as I've seen recently with the Last Stand update, there's this big chunk of people complaining about how the update sucks. The CS source weapons don't fit the art style. The animations are ugly. The fucking goddamn new weapons are bad. Fucking bugs were fixed. You can't spam voice lines, yada yada yada. All that fucking stupid shit that you see fucking veterans, quote unquote, I would say quote unquote veterans. I played Left 4 Dead 2 a good while, ever since 6 years ago, with my friend group, pretty much. The people whom you know, like Morgan and Luigi and Cameron and so on. And I come back to this game multiple times, just like TF2, you know, Team versus Machines. But this isn't just specifically about Last Stand. This is actually about the problem that I've seen with certain, I would say, quote-unquote Valve fans. Really, I don't think they're fans, in my opinion. Every time I've been through a community update, whether it be TF2 or now Left 4 Dead 2, people just complained about certain things that made no sense. Fucking Invasion didn't fit the art style of TF2 when it certainly did, because it fit the sci-fi style of 1960s and 70s fucking movies and shit, where it's like goofy looking spacesuits and garbage. But I'm seeing people complain about bullshit that's been a problem for a while. People just complain about voice lines being a little annoying when people spam them for toxicity, so it's, you know, okay that they removed it. I didn't mind it, but it's something that people just wanted. Then we take a look at the first community update that I actually been through ever since I played TF2. Wow, I actually forgot it. Look, my brain isn't at the highest of power, but I certainly wanted to make this for a good reason. We all remember the end of the line update. There we go. Now I remembered it. And how people got pissed off that it was bad. The bonus ducks wasn't funny. The cosmetics were lackluster. One cosmetic wasn't even supposed to be in the game, but it was, even though it fit the art style. So I don't see why people complain about it. And all this junk. So, seeing as people just bash these community members that worked hard on this Last Stand update for almost a year now, from what I've heard, being now yelled at by people who probably didn't know about the project and are now mad that they can't break the game easily as they were able to, even though you can most definitely run previous versions of the game. Yeah, it's just people who are complaining and not actually treating this right, and they're certainly trying to do the whole loop around where community update comes out, people bitch about it, Valve stops with the community update idea, completely abandons it, making community updates official. After a while, people complain about how there's lackluster content, there isn't a sequel, or that updates are coming slow, so then Valve either tries to make an update or looks for another community update. Valve releases a community update again. People bitch about it. It isn't fun because apparently it broke their favorite bugs that they abused to fuck with people and thought it was epically funny. And then Valve regresses, stops doing official community updates, and then goes back to being, you know, sitting there. Valve tries to make new content, people complain, yada yada yada. It's the same thing that I've seen. They've worked with Half-Life Alyx, they've worked with new IPs. Artifact wasn't fun, but I didn't shit on it for being basically not our Half-Life 3. And the same thing happened with Half-Life Alyx. But that game was good, and what do you know? The entire fire of the game being shitty because it's VR only was all gone, because it was actually a good game. And what do you know? Last Stand first comes out, people are bitching about it, complaining that it's terrible. Even though I know they haven't gotten to the meat and bones of the actual things. Oh, I 100% of the achievements, but now I don't feel special because these other people got this update. Oh, I didn't want the game updated, even though I complain about that, how no one plays the game. It's these veterans that aren't really veterans, in my opinion. They're just people who bitch about everything that doesn't go their way because they used to be at a golden age of something and how they can't go back. And I'm certainly someone who's a veteran of things, but I don't want to discourage people from playing certain things. I'm a veteran of TF2, and I really don't like it when people make fun of kids who just downloaded the game because they're fucking insecure about how, I don't know, this next kid could actually be really good at the game, so they have to fill their ego that's very lackluster. And that's just the same thing with this fucking Left 4 Dead 2 update. They're making fun of the people who bought the game for $2. They're making fun of the people who are trying it out for free, all because they simply just don't like this update. And I'm just gonna straight up tell them now, you're not a fucking fan of Valve if all you do is bitch about community updates. You're just some fucking turbo virgin that doesn't understand shit about how games work. If you really hated this update so much, go back to the previous version of Left 4 Dead 2 or something. Go play that. Just shut the fuck up. You're not a fucking majority whole, you're just a fucking dickhead who doesn't understand how games work. Not everybody wants certain game-breaking bugs. And if it sincerely hurts speedrunners, then I'm deeply sorry. But for anybody else who abused game-breaking bugs that made it impossible for certain people to have fun, whether it be in versus or just the base game, then, well, I'm sorry. But I guess I'm the asshole. Go fuck yourself if you think this update's shit. Because we're certainly not going to have another update now for probably any Valve IP, whether it be CSGO, CS Source, if even, TF2, or fucking Left 4 Dead 2. This gave everyone fucking potential and happiness. But if you fuckers somehow manage to rise from your grime-filled bedrooms, then go on ahead and fuck everything up for everyone else. Because you certainly don't represent me, neither do you represent a lot of people.